Enjoy the show, Patriots. Where we go one, we go all. This is the Matrixxx Groove Hour. In the Matrixxx, there it is 1 p.m. on the nose, East Coast time. Welcome back to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. We took a little extra day of vacation, and it was wonderful. And here I got my partner in justice, as usual, Shady Groove. Welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour.
Matrixxx, Patriots, Anons, the world waking up. Wow, what a run you guys are on out there. This is breakneck speed, my friend.
Yeah, and we missed you guys a lot. Man, I tell you, we got a lot of birthday wishes for Mama Matrixxx. I want to thank you all who wished my mom a happy birthday. She made me the man that I am today, and I'm very, very proud to be here, to be talking to you today and every day. Monday through Friday, except, when it's, Memorial Day and we took it down an extra day. But thank you guys for being here. So look, guys, we got some Q posts on 5/26, and this is my thread for Sunday, May 26, 2019. You attack those who threaten you the most and more. So this is my thing here that there's Donald Trump pointing at the Q post. Yeah, I love it. And we got this first one here, and the first one was basically 3348, and it led to this Twitter account right here, and it says, Japan knows Q. Did you think this movement was an isolated anomaly? Bigger than you can imagine. Where we go one, we go all worldwide. And look at all those fine, beautiful, beautiful people holding the Trump 2020 sign. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And you can see the Q right in the middle. Very, very amazing. And I want to point out that Japan is 56% Buddhists, and God bless you guys. Thank you for joining into this Q movement.
Yeah, this is really amazing to see. Matrixxx, I want to let you know there's a couple of people saying that you might want to boost the volume just a bit out there.
All right, how's that, guys? Boom! Am I back?
Boom! Blow it up just a little bit more. They're saying, but man, look at this, guys. You see Q's in Japan.
Q's in Japan, and remember, you do a fact check. Q in Japan is 56% Buddhist, just so you know. And I think that's pretty important because this is going worldwide. It doesn't matter. It's bigger than you can imagine. There's the bigger picture. You can see the Q right there. Oh my gosh. Thank you, America, for liberating Japan, because this does go downhill. The liberation of our country goes worldwide when the strings are cut. By the satanic Illuminati bloodlines. Our president knows what's up, folks.
Yeah, and this is really, the communications that he's making on Twitter are pretty astounding to see how he's pointing right at the problem. And so many, there's just, it really is, his feed is better on Twitter. I don't know if you noticed, Matrixxx, but there's a lot more pro-POTUS comments under him on Twitter these days.
I have noticed, and I think
very interesting.
I think there's something big happening. I really do. I really, really do. And that was from Phoenix 1X24. You've been queued. Congratulations. That's so awesome.
It is awesome.
And then we continue to read the Q post, Shady. It says Japan_public, China _non_public, South Korea non-public. So what I get from that, Shady, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's Japan out there saying woohoo Q, but China and South Korea can't do that yet, in my opinion. I don't know if they'd get arrested, if it's too dangerous. Thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, well, that number one, there's not Facebook in China, so they're very restrictive about what people are talking about there, and what is allowed to be seen in China is what would be considered the architecture of the worldwide deep state, right? They're attempting to control every aspect of people's lives, and they're testing their systems to say, oh, what information can we prevent from going through? And South Korea is a little bit of the same way. Unfortunately, they are restricted on the information they're allowed to see on the web.
Right, absolutely. So that makes sense. So, they're being censored, kind of like how we are, by Jack and some of the other things. But hey, we're not going anywhere. Just gonna get bigger, guys. Just
Jack and Facebook both have been relentless for the last week and a half of taking down Patriots and taking down conservative news and pointing at people that are making, the atrocious things you see on Twitter, but the things they're taking conservatives down for, it's absurd.
Right. Absolutely. So, we're just going to the next post here, 3349, Shady. And Q reposts a post from March 20th, 2019 that says, and it's post 3127, it says, ask yourself a very simple Q. Would the fake news media and other controlled assets expend this amount of time and resource attacking, attempt to discredit, cast as a conspiracy, LARP? For those that don't know, LARP is a live action role play. It's like a video game term, right? This movement, if it did not pose a significant threat or a danger to those. You attack those who threaten you the most. Logical thinking, Q. And, you know, if you guys go ahead, I saw that we had some people with blue check marks kind of attacking Q on Twitter. You know, I basically go to the news sites and say, oh, wow, you know, let's check it out. Why is there, you know, QAnon in the news and stuff? And there was some, some QAnons here. This is BBC News, but this is, May 10th. I don't see anything much newer than that. May 4th, I'm just, trying
One other curious thing about this drop, if you notice, was the timestamp on this was 13:01:33, which I thought was very interesting, just considering, all the news that's coming out right now about who we are targeting. Who is Q targeting? We are targeting the deep state bloodline cabal. And this is, 1333, very significant numbers in that arena, guys.
What time does this show air, Monday through Friday, Shady?
At 1300.
Okay. All right. No, okay. So I'm not here to sit here and tell you that this post was for us, but, guys, we were in the mainstream news, and we do have controlled assets expending a lot of time and resources attacking us right now. So, hey, I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm nuts. But anyways, Shady, any thoughts?
Well, I definitely want to see everybody out there paying attention to how they're attacking Q in general. It's coming from all sides right now, guys. Every single side is attacking it and attacking, they're attacking us for trying to get our information out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I just want to make one quick statement. I want to apologize to Red Pill 78. And this is my statement to Red Pill 78. I've thought of him as a great patriot, a fellow, QAnon supporter. And I thought it would have been a fair and balanced interview. I was wrong, unfortunately. And I got a little upset, and I called him out on his straw man arguments and the way that he was, coming at me. So I do want to apologize for that, because I do have evidence showing that Neon Revolt was with the MAGA coalition and all this other evidence that they refused to listen to. But I thought it was going to be a two-way conversation, not, hey, would you go sit down with Nazis? I mean, come on, dude. So I was just a little bit disappointed. I was, and I'm sorry, and I apologize for my attitude. But, when you're getting attacked since December, over and over and over, it does get to you a little bit. And, it does affect me personally. I am a human being. And it affects my family, and it affects a lot of things that you guys out there in YouTube land and Twitter land don't know. And but I'm going to stand strong in my beliefs. Nobody's going to direct me, and I'm going to do what I think is best. And letting people know about the satanic bloodlines that control you and I and this world, I think, is a very important thing, no matter who you are.
I agree with that 100%. And I was as well defensive the other night of us and you and the idea that we have been attacked. And I felt like I was unfairly questioned and brought into a situation where someone was treating me like I was there to be part of the conversation, only to turn and start to attack me for really their perceived notions of the reality that we're in, not on merit. And we are bringing Q and POTUS to you. We are dissecting the real world as it goes on. That's our main focus. People coming after us and being upset at us for what we're doing, that's fine. It's time to move on, and we are onward and upward with you guys, and we are here for you. That's the reason we're here. Not to please anyone else. We're here for Q, POTUS,
and time to move on. So we're moving on, and I think people know that, and we're moving on. And watch Red Pill 78 in his videos. Watch whatever you want. I will continue to, and we are going to move on. I'm sorry for stepping on it, but we've got we've got a lot of great people out here, Shady, and they know exactly what you're saying, brother. And it is time to move on. And I'm gonna, I was, really disappointed. But anyways, so, but you know what? Anonymous World War II bomber pilot did say the flak only gets heavy when you're over the target. So I will 5-5 that, and it's a badge of honor. Okay.
Yes, it is. And the president has been taking lots and lots and lots of hits for us for 3 years now. So
Sure
any
has.
that we take are badges of honor, Patriots.
Absolutely. And, we love our president. We are all for it. We are going to keep winning, guys. Win, 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 and more win. So
MAGA till it hurts.
MAGA till it hurts. Right. So we're going to just kind of cruise up here. This is not about religions or party affiliation. I love that. Q post 925. This was kind of cool. Martin Geddes posted this dark to light kind of picture. I thought that was kind of cool. Obviously, we had Memorial Day, and it is the day that we set aside to remember with gratitude and pride for all those who served and died for our country and our freedom. May your day be filled with memories and peace. God bless. And this is that is an amazing day. We have a friend.
I'd like to just say real quick that all the wonderful comments and emails and everything that we've gotten over the Memorial Day weekend were amazing. And yes, that is the focus that we are bringing right now, are all the people who stood up for America.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we're dissecting the reasons that they died. And they're not exactly the reasons that you were told they died. So it's a little bit of a bittersweet reality for us, because we know the truth, and we know that this was lots and lots and lots of unnecessary destruction in our world for the last 100 years.
Right, absolutely. And, many, many people have died and fought for our freedoms, guys. And
yes, they have.
And they need to be, remembered. And so I took a day on Memorial Day just to focus on that, because, I love my country. Amazing here. We got a person that was going to be in, I believe, like a parade. Look at that. Representing the Q. Gotta love that. Great job, Purpose Profit. And then let's check this out.
Related UN resolutions with the short-range missile launch, and does it give you pause at all to be appearing to side with a brutal dictator instead of with a fellow American, the former Vice President Joe Biden?
Well, Kim Jong-un made a statement that Joe Biden is a low IQ individual. He probably is, based on his record. I think I agree with him on that. But at the same time, my people think it could have been a violation, as you know. I view it differently. I view it as a man, perhaps he wants to get attention, and perhaps not. Who knows? It doesn't matter. All I know is that there have been no nuclear tests. There have been no ballistic missiles going out. There have been no long-range missiles going out. And I think that someday we'll have a deal. I'm not in a rush. Tremendous sanctions being put on the country of North Korea. And again, Kim Jong-un understands the unbelievable economic potential that country has. It's located between Russia and China on one side and South Korea on the other. And it's all waterfront property. It's a great location, as we used to say in the real estate business. And I think he sees that. And I have to tell you, one other country, I really believe that Iran would like to make a deal. And I think that's very smart of them. And I think that's a possibility to happen also.
But in terms of criticism that you're sort of supporting a dictator instead of an American vice president?
Well, when I look at what's been done by our vice president and the president, when I look at the horrible Iran deal that they made, look what happened since I terminated the Iran deal. Look what has happened to Iran. Iran, when I first came into office, was a terror. They were fighting in many locations all over the Middle East. They were behind every single major attack, whether it was Syria, whether it was Yemen, whether it was individual smaller areas, whether it was taking away oil from people. They were involved with everything. Now they're pulling back because they've got serious economic problems. We have massive, as you know, massive sanctions and other things. I mean, we just said the
Yeah, that was very good. And you see how they're like, that was amazing how he handled those questions. He's brilliant, POTUS. Brilliant. And Carly, thanks for posting that.
Man, I think a lot of people are, as more and more people come to this conversation, you're going to start to see more and more people recognize the sideways questions, the way the media asks the questions. I think that we, as being red-pilled, started learning a long time ago how they ask these assumed questions, I guess you could refer to them as. But, anons are waking up and they see this in the media, and now they're seeing the cooperation between the media and the deep state. And it is really breaking down out there, Matrixx. It is really breaking down. Their communication of getting their narrative into the minds of Americans is getting less and less every day. You're seeing it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's incredible.
Absolutely. And this is, oh my gosh. So this is my little tribute to Mama Matrixxx. Happy birthday to my mom. It has been an amazing year, and I'm blessed to have you in my life. God bless you for the man you helped me become. And, I made her this little cute cake. Happy birthday, Mama Matrixxx. It's shag, because, that's from her era, shag carpet.
Did you use baking soda or baking powder with that?
Isn't that funny? But look at that. 1.9 thousand likes and 140 comments. I mean, wow. Look at that. That is amazing. And I am so proud to be who I am today. Look at that. I mean, just all the beautiful comments. Mom, you're loved. Wow. Thank you. And that makes me feel loved. So look, I'm with you guys 110%. Thank you guys so much. Also, the Color 13 did this painting. Look at this. General Flynn and this movement had inspired this person to go ahead and pick up his paintbrush again. And look at that. I mean, absolutely
isn't that amazing?
Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. Well done. Look at that. They just celebrated 35 years. Amazing man.
And that's not this is not the only creator. We're getting so many people who are just like this, inspired to write a song, inspired to get their voice out, inspired to do a video. Q has inspired America in a way that is is so remarkable to see how this unity project has worked in a year.
Angelfly says he forgot his surfboard though. You're absolutely right. We know that our General Flynn loves to go surfing. Absolutely.
He does love to surf.
Absolutely. Well, that's coming next after he gets through this crap that he's going through right now, right?
Right.
This is Donald J. Trump, and I love this picture. What a great picture. Land of the free because of the brave. That was absolutely beautiful. Also, too, I did tweet this out here. This is huge, guys. The nationalists win EU elections. Farage wins in UK. Le Pen wins in France. Salvini wins in Italy. Orban wins in Hungary. And the right wing, they're surging in Sweden. So massive success for the right wing and the EU skeptics in this election. And this is from Italy. The nationalists win. This is the Gateway Pundit. Look at that, guys. Look at that. So I just grabbed, all that from there. They don't like it. They don't like it, guys. But we're going to win.
It's sweeping populism. Right, it's sweeping populism. Look at it. I mean, this is the world waking up and making their voices heard.
Yeah, Pam says this is what you call a red wave. Absolutely.
It really is.
Yes. And, this is really cool, too, because we know that this is going worldwide. And they thought she would never lose. And now people are realizing that, hey, we don't have to go along with the deep state anymore. We can actually become what when I was a kid, we thought that China was China. Germany was Germany, and France was France. Remember, like the Olympics and stuff. But now, as of late, but coming in the future, they were not sovereign anymore. They were taken over and controlled by the same people. They're controlled by the same money. It's like a I call it like a Sports Illustrated, right? The Sports Illustrated is written in English, and in France it's in France, but it's still a Sports Illustrated. So that's what I kind of look at how our monetary system, once it's, gold will take over and stop this whole, what do you call it? The big con, right, Shady?
That's exactly right. And what you're seeing with the UK is very is kind of the linchpin in all of the EU. If the UK voted for Brexit, 2+ years ago, they still haven't been able to do it. Now they've got Farage, who's going to try to make that move. If they can break away from the EU, then what's going to happen is the same thing that's happening in America right now, Matrixx. And I don't think a lot of people, maybe even people in Europe, quite understand this. But if they break away and we're able to actually if they're able to make deals firsthand deals country to country, then their economy is going to start to boom again, just like America's is booming, because the worldwide push has been to keep us pushed down, and to keep the money from flowing, and to keep the jobs from being here, and to keep people with less skills doing the jobs. That's all shifting right now, and that will be a beacon for Europe. The UK and Brexit will be a beacon to get out of the EU, and for all these other countries to follow suit, and for anons in all these countries to get out and support these people.
Yeah.
Start learning your processes if you don't know them, and do what you can where you're at. We've got momentum here worldwide.
Yeah, absolutely. Worldwide, guys. This is worldwide. All right, so let's see. Okay,
and that is just astonishing to watch.
Right, and then the old guard globalists, are being destroyed as we speak, and you know what? Let me go back down, because I think we had some tweets that were rather amazing from our president. Hang on one second. Oh, this is from Neon Revolt when he picked up on Pacer talking about us. Some anons did though, and to them, I think we owe a great debt, because it looks like they just actually figured out who P is. Thank you, Neon, for that. I love that quote. Thank you so much. Here's where we go all video. Shady, we should play this. We'll play
all right.
that.
If you want to play that in a little bit, that'd be great.
Yep.
We worked on getting you guys a new video up
over
last weekend. And
by the way, we did it. We did get 500,000 views on the header video. So awesome. And then let me see. That's JT. I'm trying to go down here. Wow. So we've been gone for a long time. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Vincent Kennedy. Okay. Yes. I thought this was very interesting. Okay. So POTUS tweets, this is the bright new age of enlightenment. And in 11/12/17, Q144, how does POTUS shift the narrative? New age of enlightenment. 80% convert, 20% public. And this is the link to post. So here's the actual thing. The real trade war began 30 years ago, and we lost. This is the bright new age, the age of enlightenment. We don't lose anymore. Wow.
The narrative has shifted, and Patriots are in control. This is 5-5 for you guys to show. We are on offense. We have the ball, and we are driving towards the end zone, man. This is going at a very, very quick pace now. I think you guys are going to be happy to see how fast this moves.
So, Q Post 144, Patriots don't sleep, 40,000-foot view necessary to understand USSA global events. Paint the picture. Decrease altitude, decrease altitude, we will not fly that high again. The higher the altitude, greater the risk of conspiracy, ST, period. Many cannot, will not swallow. What is no such agency? Q group. Who has the clearance to full picture? Important. SIS is good. +++ Admiral R. +++. What agency is at war with the clowns in America? C_A. How does POTUS shift narrative? New age of enlightenment. 80% covert, 20% public. What has occurred over the last several months? See info leaks. Operations think SA plus ? CNN sale. What companies wreck largest cash injections by clowns in America? Public. Why? Who does it hurt? Who controls the MSM? Primary objective from beginning. POTUS discredit MSM. Why is this relevant? How is information transmitted? How are people informed? Why was Sarah AC attacked? Hack attempt. Why was Operation Mockingbird repeated? Why was Jason born? CIA dream repeated. Think social media platforms. Who are the wizards and the warlocks? What council do the wizards and warlocks control? Think Snowden. Inside terms dropped. Alice in Wonderland, understood. Snow White, understood. Iron Eagle, Godfather 3, Speed. Everything has meaning. Disney is a distraction. Senate and Congress, puppets, not all, power shift. For God and country, for humanity, Geronimo, Q.
And that post has a lot in it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
That's what 11/12. So that was within the first 2 weeks, drop number 144. First 2 weeks of the beginning of the Q drops.
Right. BBQ is asking us to read the letters in the boxes. So we got US, right? And we'll look at kill boxes now. THI.
S.
US this. God and Country. Did I miss one?
No, I thought it was just those three.
Okay. US right here, right? US. And then we had an I right down. TH, right? And then I. S.
S.
US this. Looking. God and Country. There you go. Interesting, huh? All right.
And also the another thing is the Geronimo is kind of interesting too, there, with the Skull and Bones stories about them getting the
skull.
Yeah.
They have the Yale, apparently the Skull and Bones headquarters ran out, and George H.W. Bush was involved, ran out and stole Geronimo's skull and brought it back to that,
to their mausoleum
cult. To their cult, right? Insane. All right, so that was cool. Then I saw another one too. Let me just see. Okay, here we go. This was amazing. So our POTUS tweeted this yesterday. Remember, at Real Donald Trump is number 1 most attacked and Q is second most attacked. And then for those who think this war is fake or we're not considered a major threat, this is a direct attack by Hillary Clinton on Q and pro POTUS Patriots, and that's Q 2878. So Jim Jordan said this. Let's go ahead and listen to it as well. But look at when he retweeted it. 8 + 3 + 6 is what, Shady? If you do math, what is that?
Let's see. Let me get out there. 8 + 3. That would be 17.
17. Yep. So basically, Rep Jordan, when your focus is attacking Trump, you can't do what's best for America. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Also, let's see, the real trade war. There is another one. Here we go. Another one that our POTUS talks about. Tweet about the old guard. Learn comms, right? Make people fight themselves versus original targets. Old guard. Thank you at Real Donald Trump. All Q posts about guard is here. But this is congratulations to Tom Cotton. His book, Sacred Duty, A Soldier's Tour of Arlington National Cemetery, just hit the bestsellers list. I was at Arlington National yesterday, and the people there were so grateful for Tom's inspiring portrait of the old guard. Great job, Tom Cotton, AR. Wow.
Right on. And there's so we got Robin in chat saying that Risk was the one that we were trying to find there that we didn't see. So it was Forgotten Country Risk.
Okay, Forgotten Country.
That's what I just saw in chat.
Okay. Yeah. It could be. I'd have to go back and look at it again, but I don't see an R. But anyways, it could be. Oh, okay. Anyways.
I didn't see it either. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
They'll be all right.
It is Forgotten Country. That's why we do this.
Exactly right.
Right. We got some, nice little comments. Great piece on Spygate right here. This is pretty cool. Check this out.
Spying on a political campaign is a big deal.
The FBI sent an investigator posing as an assistant.
Just like 70s balls,
Does that qualify as spying?
Spying did occur.
But sending an investigator undercover, that is an extreme step, no? Why do you think Attorney General Barr used the word spying?
I think spying is a good English word that, in fact, doesn't have synonym.
CNN has spoken to people within the FBI who say that they have concerns that the Inspector General could find something.
I have an obligation to make sure that government power is not abused.
Pretty cool, huh? I like that.
I think spying is a good English word.
It's a good English word, right?
So funny.
Oh my gosh. And then this is cool. Let's listen to this one.
And I think the congressman's right about that fact. Jerry, you want some? Yeah, I got some here. Jerry?
Jerry.
Take a drink. You look a little dehydrated, brother. You seem a little dehydrated. You okay? Give yourself some.
I know, and I
How you feel, man?
don't wish ill on anybody, but
You all right? Okay, you want to drink some of this?
Right.
I'll give you some.
so the chairman, Judiciary Committee, appeared weak. And he fainted, and they said it was because he was dehydrated. Or did he just get a letter from Donald Trump? I don't know. You be the judge.
He might have got a letter.
So this was cool, too. Lionel admiring his beautiful flags there. Trump and the American flag. What do you see? Tell the world, be brave, be honest, and be true. And that's exactly what we want to do. 5-5, Lionel.
Looks like winning to me.
Looks like complete winning. So we covered those Q posts. We're cruising up the timeline. There was one other thing that was really cool here. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Let's watch this. Hang on.
Something that doesn't help this debate is the distortion that we're seeing on Facebook or even by
Buffering.
Fox Business News by taking what the president is saying about Nancy Pelosi and distorting and altering videos of her to suggest that there's something wrong.
Well,
with her health.
I understand that it's part of moving your bones as a Democrat to attack Fox News. We have you here. We're treating you fairly. Let's move on, okay, Congressman? All right.
Yes, yeah, but it distorts the debate, and it's something the Russians did in the 2016 election. I just don't think the Facebook and the president should be conducting themselves that way.
All right, well, we'll talk about Facebook and the president. You're one of the 2 dozen Democrats running for president, and I want to put up on the screen the latest polls because nationally, we have you at 0%. That's the latest Monmouth University poll, and you're at 1% in Iowa, which...
Oh, my God. Right? And they have them on the freaking news. You're kidding me, right?
You're killing me here.
Ashley, much love to you. Thank you. And also loving future. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Wow, man. You just can't, you can't make this stuff up, dude.
Man, and he's doing it with a straight face. Did you see? I mean, like, wow, bro.
Oh my God, I love you.
At the same time, he's apologizing and saying that all of the other people that are, all the other people that are white are bad, but I'm good. He said that.
Yeah, Rudy, Digital Soldier says maybe I should run. I think you should.
I agree.
I would vote. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So this is the video that we got. Over 500,000 guys. Well done. It actually got to 508. Oh, look, my like is gone again. Oh, but we made 15,000. We've been stuck at 14,000 for at least 9 months now. That's amazing. But,
don't worry, it'll go back down.
Yeah, I swear, every time I come to your page, I have to re-like and tweet this because it's been undone by Twitter. Absolutely. Over the target has its pros and cons, right? Where we go one, we go all. Okay, there's the there was our last thing. That's over the flag. We're getting there, guys. We have a lot to cover. I mean, my Twitter page is just going crazy. All right, here we go. We got that. Okay, we talked about that. We talked about J.T. Wild, beautiful song. Something big is coming. This was interesting. This is Herman Cain. And, Herman Cain ran for president, as we know. He was also a board of governors for the Federal Reserve. And he said, they are absolutely terrified. Something big's coming, folks. And they're frantically doing everything they can to stop it. And this is Pelosi, Schumer, Schiff, Warner sign letter demanding FBI defy Trump declassification order. Oh my God!
I just love how they want all this transparency to do with the elected president, but they do not seem to want very much transparency with what happened with the last president, right? I mean, why not? Why I want transparency with Trump, the same as Obama, the same as Bush 2, the same as Bush 1, Clinton. I want transparency on all of it.
Absolutely.
Bro, let's declass all the way back to 1930 something.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we start seeing.
I'm with you. Let's do it. And I think that could actually happen in the future, brother. Oh, did you guys see this, race fans? Hang on, this is freaking amazing. I'm sorry. Wow, this one was amazing. Oh my gosh.
And make no mistake about it, this is the calm before the storm.
What?
And make no mistake about it.
This is the calm before the storm. Indy 500. Make no mistake about it. This is the calm before the storm. Wow. So is it like being like this calm before the storm? Is it being impregnated into our thought processes, guys? I mean, this was the start to the Indy 500. And they said, make no mistake about it. This is the calm before the storm. Amazing.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere. It is everywhere. So that was awesome. There's that tweet again. Oh, this was General Flynn's 2016 Memorial Day post, and I thought it was very amazing to share. Remember those deployed around the world securing our freedom, and those who've given the last true measure of devotion. And this Memorial Day, remember who paid for the party. And there you go. It's amazing.
Yep. Good point.
And that's how patriots protect patriots right there, friends. That's what we do. Nice. Beautiful. God bless you, General Flynn, and your family. Here's the Super Predator interdasting Shady, right? Why don't you go ahead and take this one? And then
Well, this was actually the second tweet in the line, but the idea that he talked about Super Predator, the president said this. And notice what we're getting ready to talk about here. The mainstream media are leaving this completely alone. The president tweets this: Super Predator was the term associated with the 1994 crime bill that Sleepy Joe Biden was so heavily involved in passing. That was a dark period in American history. But has Sleepy Joe apologized? No. Okay, and then whenever we went back and we took a look at what Super Predator, there it is in the Q post 12718, and Q says, Super Predator, bring them to heel. Define heel. Of a dog, follow closely behind its owner. And this video that I linked in the tweet here goes to Hillary, and Hillary commenting directly about what they're going to do in the, well, I think this was 94, in the early parts of the Clinton administration about the gang violence. And what they were going to do was not attempt to root out gang violence. It was going to be to take them under control and to organize them and to work with them against what? Against you, against the American people. This is what happened, everyone. This is what happened to your music. This is what happened to your movies. This is what happened to the society that you grew up in. If you are of my age or older, then you recognize what I'm talking about, how everything shifted in the mid-90s to music being all associated with destruction, all associated with sabotage, associated with the mental mind prisons of you are a victim of your own circumstance. And then the onset of the welfare state, preceded by 9/11, preceded by jobs going overseas. This was a systematic destruction of your country. And the president is trying to point you back to a point or to a spot in time where these guys all work together, Democrats and Republicans alike, to subvert the laws. Remember what they did here at this time. They implemented the 3 strikes and you're out reality. So people can't discern anymore. Judges can't discern. If you've done this the second time, no matter what your situation is, you're done. And all of this different legalese that they use, judges that they use to put millions of people in prison in America. And now there's millions of people in prison in America and millions of people homeless in America. This was 25 years ago, man. I mean, look what they've done in 25 years.
Yep, and I've got the clip queued up. Thank you, I-70, my brother. 1717, QQ to you. And this is 1996, Hillary Clinton. Here we go. Well.
From crime, gangs, and drugs. And we have actually been making progress on this count as a nation because of what local law enforcement officials are doing, because of what citizens and neighborhood patrols are doing. We're making some progress. Much of it is related to the initiative called community policing, because we have finally gotten more police officers on the street. That was one of the goals that the president had when he pushed the crime bill that was passed in 1994. He promised 100,000 police. We're moving in that direction, but we can see it already makes a difference, because If we have more police interacting with people, having them on the streets, we can prevent crimes. We can prevent petty crimes from turning into something worse. But we also have to have an organized effort against gangs, just as in a previous generation we had an organized effort against the mob. We need to take these people on. They are often connected to big drug cartels. They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel. And the President has asked the FBI to launch a very concerted effort against gangs everywhere. In addition to that, he has appointed a new drug czar. You probably saw him Tuesday night. He's one of the most distinguished active military generals that we have in our country. He's already proven that he knows how to interdict drugs because of his command of the South American activity on behalf of the United States. But General McCaffrey will make a big difference, and I believe it is now time for all of us to know what we can do individually to be part of this anti-crime, anti-gangs, anti-drug effort. The fifth challenge is to protect the environment.
So you see what was going on there, in my opinion. They're setting up the takeover, the mob. You heard them say that they got rid of the mob. That's what the government used to use. Then they wanted to get rid of people that they could not control with the leash, bring them to heel. And now they've got MS-13 because obviously they're on the leash and working for the deep state. That's my opinion.
Notice that she said take them on, almost like you would take on employees or hiring.
Yeah.
It's interesting, the Twilight speak that they use.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So good tweet there. Good catch, Mr. Groove. So that was amazing.
And also, just to throw it on the top, the other little piece that goes along with this is where the president said in the tweet right before that anyone associated with the '94 crime bill will not have a chance of being elected. It's pure and simple. He's telling Anons that he is not afraid to expose these people, and he does plan on exposing them. And right now, Joe Biden is on the top of the ticket, so he is the one that's going to get. He's going to as they rise to the top, we're going to be taking them out one by one with the true Anon Patriot info out there.
Absolutely. And this is anyone associated with the 1994 crime bill will not have a chance of being elected. In particular, African Americans will not be able to vote for you. I, on the other hand, was responsible for criminal justice reform, which had tremendous support and helped fix the bad 1994 bill. Boom, guys, boom. All right, so there we go. This was interesting too. Let's. She said it. Let's see.
Check out our economy compared to Europe's. Basically, no comparison whatsoever. Look at that. EU 1.5% GDP, US 3.2% GDP, unemployment about almost double in Europe. Translation: Trump's policies work, as the European model barely limps along. No wonder the European voters are restless. Look for more big moves against the old guard to come.
Boom. Now look at what it says right there. Global elites should take a cue from Trump. Old guard.
In 2020 and beyond, the fight has just begun. Old guard. More big moves against the old guard to come. In 2020 and beyond, the fight.
Take a cue from Trump. What do you think of that?
I think that you are starting to see Q in the mainstream news. That's what I think of that.
Time to become more public, not just sit around being warriors here on our keyboards, guys. Q is coming worldwide. I love it. Keep fighting, guys. Keep fighting. Now, this was funny or terrifying at the same time. I like how it's just. All right, so this says, ready? You can hear somebody in the background. Check it out. Oh. They're chanting, "Not my president."
What is going on with that thing?
Oh my God. That is so funny, dude. I mean, you just can't believe it. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, it's at least they're being respectful. They could be screaming, "Lock her up."
Right. Not my president. That was really good, right? I want you guys to check this. We are the storm. Check this. This is pretty cool. Check this out.
with Donald Trump quite a while ago, but even back then there was this chaos and madness that surrounded him. I remember saying to him, Donald, how do you weather the storm? It's madness around you wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you say. There's this sort of frenetic energy. Suddenly this quiet calm came over him and he said, I am the storm. All this sort of frenetic, crazy energy and sense of chaos is very easy for Donald to navigate through that because he created it. And it's actually us that can't cope with it. My name is Platon, and this is my brief but spectacular take on speaking truth to power.
Very, very amazing. So we got the Indy 500, we got Laura Ingraham, obviously Sean Hannity, folks like that. Look at this, guys. It's becoming implanted in our conversations of the day. Do you understand? And that's
organically.
Organically, exactly correct. Wow.
And I think that everyone's starting to get a real sense of why this was necessary to go through what we've been through. I think that everybody's recognizing it's been this long, and some people are trolling and acting like they want things to happen. Some people are genuinely concerned and are impatient. But the reality is, I mean, we did see on the Q post, no one is going to interject our timeline. This is on our timeline, and we know, Matrixxx and I, you guys, we know the president. What is his creed? Ahead of schedule, under budget. So don't look for this to be something that is that is out of a timeline that is predicted. I think they're working within their timeline that they set up initially. It all seems like they knew what the players were going to do. They knew how long it was going to take the players, and they were setting up for this to occur. So, it is what it is, but it is finding its way into the everyday conversation out there.
Yeah. So, the POTUS is in the construction industry, and they have project management. And, the what a project manager looks at is the triple constraint triangle. On one side, you have price, budget, and quality. So you want to be on time, to spec, and to budget, right? Usually under all that would be beautiful, but that's it's part of a well-played plan, and our POTUS has a bunch of amazing project managers taking us through this Q project, if you will. Amazing. So good comments there, Shady. Rocket Girl, she just said, Matrixxx and Shady, so glad that you got a few days of holiday vacay time. You guys sound rested and fresh. Thank you very much for that. I feel great, guys. I just wanted to see everybody bumping into each other, and we will weather the storm because we are reporting on the storm, and sometimes being the tip of the spear, you're gonna get flack, if you will, right? So here we go. We got special counsel Robert Mueller, right? We just talked about that. He was just on today at 11. And basically, we've got a little bit of let's go here and check them out.
Investigate Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. This included investigating any links or coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the Trump campaign. Now, I have not spoken publicly during our investigation. I'm speaking out today because our investigation is complete. The Attorney General has made the report on our investigation largely public. We are formally closing the special counsel's office, and as well, I'm resigning from the Department of Justice to return to private life.
Really?
I'll make a few remarks about the results of our work. But beyond these few remarks, it is important that the office's written work speak for itself. Let me begin where the appointment order begins, and that is interference in the 2016 presidential election.
None.
As alleged by the grand jury in an indictment, Russian intelligence officers who were part of the Russian military launched a concerted attack on our political system. The indictment alleges that they used sophisticated cyber techniques to hack into computers and networks used by the Clinton campaign. They stole private information and then released that information through fake online identities and through the organization WikiLeaks. The releases were designed and timed to interfere with our election and to damage a presidential candidate. And at the same time as the grand jury alleged in a separate indictment, a private Russian entity engaged in a social media operation where Russian citizens posed as Americans in order to influence an election. These indictments contain allegations, and we are not commenting on the guilt or the innocence of any specific defendant. Every defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty.
So Stormy Patriot Joe says he's daring the Dems to subpoena him. Watch who he referred for in his criminal referrals. That's an interesting look on that, my brother. And what about what's going on with the Mueller posts, right? So we know that he's resigning, right? We know that he's involved in U1. What do you think about that, guys? Shady.
Well, I think that number one, what I saw there was a very nervous person. I don't know if everyone else, I'm assuming everyone else picked up on that, but he was very nervous. And I don't think, and maybe I may be wrong about this, but I do not think that they will force him or compel him to testify simply because the Republicans will have the opportunity to ask him questions, and they're going to mop the floor with this guy because he's saying these ridiculous things about, even the Russian hacking reality of Hillary's information. That's complete farce, and he knows it.
Right on. So look at that. I mean, that was April 19th, guys. So was the investigation kept ongoing to protect those who knowingly committed treason, sedition? No blockade equals game over. Mueller, blockade end. That's 418. Fake investigations by committee members will not delay what's about to be unleashed, guys. There's 95 results for Mueller, and I'm going to drop those in there for you guys in case you want to, cruise over some Mueller posts. I think it's important. We just saw Mueller just talk about his delusion, disinformation push. We had people saying that he was a white hat. That's a false narrative. Think blockade. There's did you enjoy the interview? And that was release the FISA docs now that Mueller probe is concluded. Why did POTUS fire RR after reporting to offer to wear a wire? Why did Whitaker Barr? You okay? Retain RR to the end. Who signed off on the Mueller summary? Who reported submitted by Barr yesterday? Who signed fraudulent FISA warrants? Who appointed Mueller as special counsel? Who has full control? Optics are very important, and that's optics, Shady, right?
Optics are very important.
Yes.
Trolls love optics.
They love optics. So we got this. Let's see. Nick Lewin, Mueller connection, Comey connection, national security. Q. But it's very important. Mueller report delay. This is 318. Panic in D.C. The real panic comes in the form of a last resort. And we've got, remember this important fact, if there's no evidence of Russia collusion, what grounds did Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein have to appoint Mueller? RR offered to wear a wire to entrap the President of the United States in an attempt to invoke the 25th Amendment? Q. All right.
Did you notice that the leading up to that press conference with him, how it was pretty vacant in the area he was speaking? There weren't a huge amount of news people in there just really trying to get to the information, were there?
Yeah, exactly. I think it was just like, we don't want to report on that.
We don't want to know what he's saying.
Right. So here's what I wanted to point you guys to. Our buddy boy is going to be resigning, Shady. And the Clinton connection, where are they now? Lara Barsumian, our wife, Lara Barsumian, Rep. Bill Clinton? Mueller connection to U1 Russia? Think the Clinton connection. Pay for play spiderweb, Mueller. You're next, pal. What do you think?
Yep. I was actually wanting to take this moment to give you guys a brief little history lesson on Robert Mueller. Okay, you guys remember what happened right after 9/11 and the Patriot Act, and what happened in the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act expanded the FISA parameters extremely to cover all areas of surveillance and deep state intel communities. It expanded their reach tremendously from the Patriot Act. Now, there was a gentleman on Tucker Carlson, and I don't know what his name was, but it was last week. But he was speaking as a person who was working with working during the Bush administration and in the DOJ when they were doing these negotiations. And it just so happens that the two people that were there at that time who were promising all the representatives that FISA would not be abused and that the FISC court needed this for intel on foreign entities that were operating inside the United States, and that this would be protected and that this would be utilized in a manner that is legal and not usurped to attempt to take down political opponents. Okay, those two people were Robert Mueller and Jim Comey. Okay, that's the two people who were there after 9/11 during the Patriot Act to guarantee that FISA would never be abused. Now, here we are 20 or 18 years later, and look at what you're seeing. So now imagine the last 18 years and these being in charge of our police force. These are the number one guys in the police force. These are there's no better definition of a corrupt cop, man. There's no better definition of a corrupt cop. And look what they're doing to the president. If they can do this to the president, then they've been doing this to thousands of people throughout the country for a couple of decades, man. And there's countless people out there who have been through the ringer of these two, who have been lied, drawn down, made broke, pushed away, silenced. Okay, they were silencing your president for 2 years because they had him under threat of indictment. This is the president of the United States, and this is the law enforcement arm of our government. And they keep saying your intelligence agencies, your intelligence agencies, your intelligence agencies. All this fear porn stuff out there. It's gobbledygook, and it's about to come to a close. And Anon, after you see what they did here, I want you to mandate that they open up everything else too, because these guys have been up to no good for a long, long time.
That's right. Absolutely. And, lots of Mueller, look at that, man. Just go through some of these things. It's amazing. What happened to the Mueller hype? What happened to the Mueller? We'll take down POTUS threats at John Brennan. Was Mueller the insurance policy, a.k.a. blockade, designed to limit, restrict POTUS's ability to enforce the laws? Traitors. New talking points being pushed, backing away from Mueller as their savior, which is why there was nobody in the room. Excuse A, excuse B, excuse C. Why are new investigations by AS being started? As he's stated, for almost 2 years, evidence exists that ties POTUS to Russia. If they had evidence, do you think it would have leaked? If they have evidence, would they be backing away, playing down the Mueller report about to be released? Interesting, guys. So, look, here it is. Don't trust the fake news media. You are the majority. Mueller, D-Class, OIG, Truth, Justice, The Great Awakening. You are the news now, Anons. You, us, all of us together, all of my fellow YouTubers and Twitters and everybody. You guys are the news now. We're the news now. You are the news now. So God bless you all. And wow, Shady.
Yeah, Robert Goodstein there. We got info back from Forrest Rain. It says that was Robert Goodstein that was on Tucker. Thank you for that. I forgot that name. I appreciate that, because I'd like for you guys to check it out. This is real. This is not conjecture. I know that everybody out there is thinking, oh, Q is this, Q is that. They're talking all this stuff. This is happening right in front of you, and it's really time to start showing people in your life that are confused about this stuff.
Richard
What's
Goodstein.
going on?
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Richard. Okay.
Yeah, corrected. Oops. Yeah, that's interesting. They are Shady. They're, this Q stuff is absolutely amazing. It could not be some guy or kid in a basement. The future proves pasts are absolutely amazing, dude.
Yeah, the other thing that we I wanted to throw in there when we were speaking about Japan earlier was that there was an attack on a school there yesterday where there was I think one person killed, a mass stabbing, and 17 wounded. And Stormy Patriot Joe out there did a little bit of a decode yesterday on that, and I think it was the Brennan and the Obama tweet kind of lined up a little bit with the prerequisite to that event in Japan yesterday. So interesting that we get the Q post with the people in Japan holding up a Q, and then all of a sudden we have an attack on a school children there the very next day. So, you know, guys, this is real. It's really going on, and the president really has your back. He is full steam ahead on getting this economy going, which means getting all of Americans up off your butts and back out there and trying to do what it is you love again. When you were younger and you were inspired or whatever, and if you're in a position now where you're down, start to rethink. Again, guys, this economy is humming, and there's opportunity everywhere. There's like 5 million jobs sitting out there unfilled right now because of they need labor that is a little higher than unskilled labor. So start thinking about getting into a trade or thinking about taking on something new. This is an amazing, marvelous new world you're seeing start to happen, and freedom is really ringing worldwide, as we showed you earlier with the EU stuff going on.
So lots of dog posts, Carly Bond noticed. Here's Eric Swalwell saying, help Penny get to the White House with your pennies. All it takes is $1 to get us out of these rough times. So that's Swalwell and a dog post. Then you've got Donald Trump. Great fun in meeting with Prime Minister Abe Shinzo. Numerous Japanese officials told me that Democrats would rather see the United States fail than see me or the Republican Party succeed. Death wish. Interdasting. Right?
Why does that say death blossom when I read it?
I know, right? It does. It does. Here's George. It's Sully. Here we got Sully at the World War II reunion. Here's another one. Service dog goes nuts for Chewbacca at Disney World. Then you've got Keith Olbermann. Joe is scared and all alone, and they may kill him Thursday. No background, no story. Hates being in the shelter. Yet look at that smiling face. Joe desperately needs our pledges via Chortletown to attract rescue. And I thought he was talking about Joe Biden there for a second. Didn't you? So Keith Olbermann with the dog.
He might be talking about Joe Scarborough.
Joe Scarborough. That's it. I mean, but look, it's just interesting.
That guy's afraid.
A lot of just dog posts. You know what I mean? And pennies are pence. Oh, that's interesting. I love live decoding with you guys. And if you guys are not following Stormy Joe, I think, is this the one you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I was referring to right here, I think.
All right, so compare my decodes of Obama's 523 tweet and Brennan's 524 tweet with the attack in Japan, where Trump is, and of course, Washington Post had to stop at the number 17 just to make it clear. When you learn their comms, cuts and kids equal FF stabbing. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Barack Obama, great to get out there to take a few cuts at the plate yesterday. Wow. And Brennan said, young people everywhere.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. Wow. And how many were wounded?
17.
Wow. Oh, that's very, very interesting, Stormy Joe. I did not see this, brother. Good job. Wow.
I saw that just actually right before we went on the air. That came across my feed on Twitter. Very interesting, Joe.
Yeah. I just retweeted it, and I don't know if Vega already got it down there, but I am going to drop it in for you guys, too, to check it out. I love live decoding with you guys and checking out new information. And, thank you guys very, very much for being here again today. I mean, we are just trying to rock and roll every day. Where is Shady's video? Let's go down and find it. Why did I almost sound like that? Jeez, I tell you.
Don't introduce it as Bill Clinton.
I'd like to introduce Shady's video.
Please.
Here it is. Wait, I'm trying to find it.
Introduce it as Bray Hume.
Here's Shady's video. Bray Hume.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Should I just go I can't find it. Let me go to your Twitter page. Shady. All right, here we go, Shady.
I could drop it to you. You're getting over there.
I think so. It'll be there amazingly in a minute. Dead air. So professional, aren't we, with all these bells and whistles?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Welcome in the Matrixxx. Oh, wait, what do you got here?
Here it is. Right. There's Sarah Carter in that one.
Then this one, and then there we go. All right, let's check this out from Shady Groove. It's 11 minutes, but we'll watch a little bit of it, right, Shady? Let me know when. Shady, thank you very much for that video. If you guys want to watch the rest of it, I've watched it a few times already as well. Shady, stay together, be strong, get organized, be heard. Together we are invincible. They want you divided, they want you silenced. Make noise. We are with you. Make it rain. Q. And we've also, Shady, got some breaking news. Rather sick.
I just saw it.
Yeah, watch Man on Fire. And this is thank you to United States of Q. Watch Man on Fire. And I was kind of looking at it. I'll just show you the picture. Oh, here you go.
Wow.
Put on the shield of God, arm of God, guys. Everybody needs to pray right now.
You're getting a little more concerned that he is still going.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it was very well covered by videos, if you noticed that too. Here's another angle.
Like they had it set up.
Well, I don't want to, yeah. So pretty amazing stuff. The saddest thing I've ever seen, a person sets themselves on fire in the park at the south lawn of the White House. Please pray for their soul.
Oh, I'm
Amen.
so sorry.
Look at the other, something else is happening over there.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe it.
Witnessing that is absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh.
I mean, unfortunately, guys, what we're getting ready to witness in this world is not going to be easy to go through. These people who have done the things that they have done are throwing everything. There's just no telling what type of assets they're going to put out there to try to change the narrative. They're desperate right now. You saw the way Nancy Pelosi was speaking last week. You saw the other deep state people on the air this weekend. They don't know what to do right now, Matrixx. They literally have been so ingrained to take their information from the old guard, and then their information lines right up with everything, and they push it right out there. It's not working anymore. They don't have access to the information behind the scenes. And you're seeing desperate attempt after desperate attempt. Yeah. I don't want to take any liberties with what's going on in this situation, but you can obviously imagine this is some sort of protest against the president.
What I would like to do is let you know that the armor of God has been posted 4 times by Q, and I'm going to read the first one, Q 1432. I think we all need it right now. Finally, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all of this, take up the shield of faith, which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of spirit, which is the word of God, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the saints. Ephesians 6:10-18. And I also want to read, love is patient and love is kind, because I think this is very important when we're trying to red pill people that may not think the way we do right now. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it is not rude. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13:4-13. And I just wanted to do that. That was pretty amazing thing to watch. I just felt I needed that. Thank you, guys. And with that, Shady. Whoa.
Matrixx, did we get all the way around?
I think we did. How did we do, guys? Our first day back, a little, freshly rested. Wow.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
That is disturbing. Guys, thank you so very much. We've got Trinity. There she is. Go ahead.
I want everyone out there to know that the stuff that you are getting ready to witness in your world is going to be tough to take, but we are here to defend freedom, liberty and life and light in this world. That is where we are. That is who you guys are. Recognize that the deep state and their control over the systems are huge, and that they are going to make noise as well. Okay, this is going to be a process, and we are in the process, and we're going to be in the process every day. So every day, prayers, blessings, stay connected, recognize who we are chasing. The global cabal bloodlines that have had their grip on humanity for over 6,000 years. That's who we're going after. There's never been this close to taking them down before. And this is really the moment. And worldwide, people, there's 7 billion people out here. All we need to do is red pill about 1 billion of them, and then there's nothing that they can do, my friends. I love all of my Anon friends out there, regardless of what you think of me. I love everyone out there, and our message is unity, and our message is love. And that is what we're going to continue to do here, Matrixx. And with that, I'm going to start to squeeze down into some sort of form of a molecule, maybe even less than an atom.
Right. So with that, guys, thank you very, very much. I want to, let everybody know, my fellow YouTube Patriots, my fellow Twitter Patriots, I love you too. And we're not fighting against each other. We're fighting against the evil crap that's going on around us, and we will win. This is my PayPal account. Should you feel like you'd like to do a donation for the work we're doing, there it is right there. I will drop it in for you there. And also, we do have a Patreon account. The shills are affecting us a little bit. I'm sorry about that, but they are. Should you want to buy us a cup of kafefi or something like that, feel free to cruise over to patreon.com. But we're good. We are going to weather this storm, and we are going to see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, Patriots. In the Matrixx with 3x's.com. Q Post, Q Army Social Network. We love you guys. We'll be here tomorrow with more news, more fun, and more winning. Where we go one, we go all. Peace out, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love.